Mike.
You like his mic?
It sounds so good, bro.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
You know how much I spent on this? No, I didn't spend a cent. This was a Christmas gift actually, but I know it was definitely $75.
Oh, really?
Dude,
Yeah.
it sounds
You know,
really good.
I mean, that's the best advice people had given me, that you don't need to spend a huge amount of money on a good mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds real nice. Real nice.
Thank
I like
you.
it.
It's
No.
making sure that Top Gun can hear that ASMR voice.
I
that he
hear
needs and
the
enjoys.
old ass dog in the background. That's funny.
Oh, is that? I think that's Jessica's dog. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Arf, arf.
But I'll tell you what, David, your headphone mic isn't too bad.
It's all right, but I feel like both. Well, all of you guys have the mic. Like it looks more professional too. And
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Again, we got 8 viewers.
Back again.
Not 60 viewers because nobody knows we're back. Only the real fans know that we're back on.
This is the, what do you call it? It's the after party. Only for the VIPs.
David's gonna start working again.
Well, not until the next whatnot. That's one of the next twerk sessions.
They said they wanted to buy more water logs for some reason.
Hey, listen, we have enough of those water logs to sell.
Yeah, I told Chris, I was like, "Hey, bro, my comics came with water damage. I need a refund."
Refund. You can refund the gift cards you sent me.
What's up, Top Gun? How's it going, buddy?
I've
Hey,
been
Fifth of
replaced.
Jack, look over there. Natural Bridge, what's up? Dinos, were you guys talking about dinosaurs?
No, I don't think so.
I like how Top Gun was like, Mitch got upgraded.
Oh, that's messed up. And Mitch is on there talking to.
Yeah, it's funny.
What was I gonna say? JP, what are you reading right now, buddy?
I'm reading this new book called Last Man. And it's, the description says, if you read Invincible, you enjoy this book. Something like that, right?
Right.
So I read it. And I read it last night because I needed a stress reliever after the headache that you caused me over the weekend. No, so yeah, I read it, and it's basically kind of like Cobra Kai, right? So there's this little kid. I guess he's still in high school, whatever it is, right? He's tiny, tiny little boy, and he wanted to participate in this like martial arts tournament, but you need a partner. You have to have a partner to participate. His partner wasn't able to participate because he had like a diarrhea or some shit.
Oh my god!
So they basically said he can participate in a tournament this year, but then some old ass guy like 30 years old, right, was like, "Yo, I need a partner too for the tournament. You got to be my partner." And so they it was like a little kid and a 30-year-old guy fighting in a martial arts tournament together. It was pretty cool. It's a really fun story. That's all I can say without giving too much spoilers away. But and then it's like 415 pages, and I read like 200 that night.
Oh, nice. So it's pretty good then.
Yeah, and it's black and white. Some is black and white, and some is color, so you could read through it really fast.
Nice. I'm actually so I was reading Miles Morales, and I read until he crosses over to the main universe. But I'm like, I have to go back and read Ultimate Spider-Man from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm already in like number 80 of that one, and I forgot how good it is. Like I remember he was young, but I forgot how much of that influenced a lot of the movies. I want to say like a lot of Tom Holland's Spider-Man is influenced by that Ultimate Spider-Man run, and him going to school, being this kid and stuff like that. It's very, very influential. And they make fun of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in there too, because like the movie's being made while he's being Spider-Man, and he's like, "I'm not getting paid any of this," and they're like, "Yeah, if they tell him, show us who you are under the mask, and we'll pay you," and he's like thinking about it, and he's like, "I can't." So that's pretty funny to me. I'm like, the Ultimate Spider-Man was pretty cool.
That's funny. Yeah, I never knew Ultimate Spider-Man was, part inspired the Tobey Maguire movie. I read it. I just started reading it last week. I was like, hey, wait, I think I've seen these scenes in a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great idea in the sense of trying to get in new people, saying here's an there's something to be said. Like issue 1's obviously sell more, but like you put Spider-Man as an issue 1 and saying, hey, you don't need to know anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a whole new beginning. Like they changed a lot of the, how his interactions with Green Goblin, Doctor Octopus. It's different and it's new. So I knew that that's what they were trying. Especially the Ultimate Universe. That whole universe is like them trying to make it hip and modern for people to read. But I'm kind of sad that they destroyed it. But at least we got Miles Morales that switched over. Even I think they got the Maker, which is to me is one of the Reed Richards becoming evil and becoming a bad guy that actually transitions into the main universe. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, but it's always been something. I'm glad they decided to capitalize on that. Reed's always towed that line and sometimes gone over it. Like he's always like you see it even in the Marvel Zombies universe. You see he will make these really screwed up decisions that I mean Hickman's FF deals with it too, So I mean, I'm glad it's refreshing to say that hey, Reed's not a great guy sometimes.
Yeah, and it's funny because if you read The King in Black, I just read the main story to do whenever it came out, just to talk about it with JP during his review of it. But the Maker actually makes an appearance there during the whole King in Black event going on, and I'm like, he's still kicking after the Ultimate Universe just got destroyed, and of course Miles Morales is still in it too. So I'm just like, I actually like that they grabbed the best part, I guess, of the Ultimate Universe and they brought those into the main universe to be part of that.
Which says something because most of Fantastic Four, Ultimate Fantastic Four, is terrible. I'm sorry. If you like it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry.
I mean, out of all of the titles for the Ultimate Universe, X-Men, the Ultimates, I think the Fantastic Four was really the weakest.
Yeah, X-Men got weaker and weaker as it went on. It's still X-Men, but it definitely there's something to be said that Spider-Man held on. And I think part of the biggest reason you had the same creative team for most of the run.
Yeah, Bendis, he was doing great. I think they all saw how good Spider-Man was doing, and reading it back now, they tried to put Spider-Man into a lot of the events so that people would read into it. What is it? The Wave, the whole. All the Ultimate Six, whenever he attacked the president, all of that, they wanted to make Spider-Man a focal character, and then him dying too was I didn't think they would actually kill him in that universe, but they did it, and I'm like, okay, respect, because that brought Miles Morales into the forefront of it, and I mean we as fans we got lucky that we got Miles Morales.
Yeah, and Ultimates was good for the first 2 volumes of it. The third got weird. And people wonder, saying, why isn't everything collected in the Ultimates? They don't want to acknowledge that part because it got really bad.
Yeah. I think it was trying too hard at out of all the titles of the Ultimate Universe, the Ultimates was the edgy, hardcore, domestic violence, it's very adult, and Hulk being a cannibal kind of aspect.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah. So they had to keep pushing it.
But I remember one of the things that was those famous delays. They had Ultimate Hulk versus Ultimate Wolverine, issue 1. We didn't see that book almost for a year to finish it up, and it was just like, what? I mean, it was that famous thing where you see literally Hulk rip apart Wolverine in half.
Yeah. And it's one of those, the Ultimate Universe was I think it was their playground to let's actually go real gory with it. Let's, the whole, let's go real dark with Pietro and Wanda being, sexual partners. They're not only brother and sister, but they're doing it, and they're giving us that. And then Steve Rogers, who was he dating? He started with dating Wasp, right? For a while or something like that. And then then she get bit in half by freaking
Yeah,
the Blob.
Blob eating the wasp. Yeah, Pym eating Blob craziness.
Yeah, so they were like just pushing it. I'm just like, all right.
But
Yeah.
and that's when it's just like, this isn't Marvel. That's just people just getting like, okay, let's just get crazy without reason. And I think that's what turned a lot of people off of the line when it got to the end of the ultimatum. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it was just bad.
Yeah, the Fifth of Jack even said it. Yeah, and then Pym eats the Blob whenever he turns big, and he
Yep.
grabs them and eats them. Yeah, and then Steve Rogers becoming president after they try to take, like, is it China or somebody who tries to take over? Like, I don't know. They started going crazy. Yeah,
Yep.
that was pretty fun. What's up, Polly? What do you guys do? What Fifth of Jack? What are you reading right now, buddy?
Why you answer that at Fifth of Jack? I'll answer D-Flex. A lot of our inventory did get messed up. However, we still have enough to ship out everybody's orders. The only stuff that got messed up, majority, is Venomnibus, Love and Rockets, and I think that's it. And just everything else is a little bit of everything of our overstock.
Yeah, a lot of the part that made me the most sad, besides Ben Omnibus getting wrecked, is the all of the big absolutes. We had them all at the bottom because they were so heavy, so we kept them at the bottom of the media room.
Yeah.
Bro, all of those.
Yeah,
like the absolute, all of the Supermans, all of the Batmans, Infinite on Crisis on Infinite Earths, all of those.
So that absolute swamp thing I ordered is gonna be in a.
You actually ordered it?
I ordered I did your overview and Omar's
I thought
overview.
you said before you didn't like it. It didn't look too appealing.
It didn't look too appealing at first, but then I rewatched your overview and Omar's overview, and I said, you know what? I was a little worried about the recoloring, and the recoloring was what is this?
My god!
Wow.
Who gave you that, JP? Who got you that?
I got animated, AI'd. That was funny.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, this was a Christmas present from Vicky's brother. Yeah.
Bro, that is great. That is great.
I was like, wow.
I appreciate the galaxy behind you.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is really cool. Even the suit is like a galaxy.
Very cool. AI's taking over the world. I'm glad we're capitalizing on it.
And no, D-Flex, we got that stuff this week. We wouldn't even send out messed up stuff.
Yeah.
What the heck?
We wouldn't do that. Fifth of Jack, Usagi, how you liking it? Or where are you at? I mean, there's so much for Usagi to go through. That's another one that's like on my back burner list, but that just seems hard to jump into. I mean, I know there's a start, but I'm just like, man, there's a lot.
Ninja Bunny, right?
Yeah, Ninja Bunny. I don't know. JP will be still save money if he orders from Canada?
I don't know. I mean, our shipping rates to Canada is not that bad, but I just don't know how much it would save you shop anywhere else. I mean, our rates are pretty competitive. I believe we still have a lot of Canadian customers too.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, Canada, eh?
Yeah.
How's the weather up there? It's probably cold. I like to do accents, but I don't like to do them in public because then people will get offended, or some of them are not very good.
David's gonna get canceled.
I am, bro.
Oh
yeah.
100%.
100%.
You should see the bloopers, the stuff we that's not on YouTube.
OPB too hot for TV.
The stuff I have to cut out. Like, David, you can't say that. Redo it.
Yeah, he's had to do that several times. I'll say something inappropriate.
David, put your clothes back on. This is not the after hour stream.
Like for the Predator, the Predator omnibus that came out last week.
Oh my god!
We're like, I think one of the ones that I come up with was like, have you ever been called a sexual predator? Well, I have. If not, here's this. I pulled it up and now you can get your own. Yeah, I was like, no, I can't say that. I can't say that. And I'm like, oh, I gotta think of something else to say. JP's was funny. JP, what was it? Have you what do you get when you told me
you used my line in the video. And
Oh my
Paul,
God.
no statues got damaged. But it was I literally said, you know
the van, yeah.
white vans that drive around say, hey, come inside, we got candy. Well, now we're gonna look at the Predator omnibus.
Oh my God. You opened like that. I just shook my head, David. I was like, oh, David.
I can't wait if they ever take out an Alien versus Predator. I got the perfect line for that one too.
What's gonna do?
What do you get when an illegal Mexican and a pedophile fight?
Stop.
And then we'll start like that. No.
Stop.
Oh my God.
That's some of them are just too, we can't. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Even some of the one when Day came over, like he did the cold intro for some of the books, and I was like, you can't say that, bro.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, because so JP went over, like he kept working, and so me and Day started recording some stuff, and I think it was for the Miles Morales. He said something. He was like, they took out Miles Morales, and JP and David had to call the only black friend they had, and then. And here's I am. Here's Day the Miles Morales. I'm like, Day, you can't say that, bro.
Oh my God, that sounds like something Day would say.
Yeah.
just to get the reaction, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get canceled now. Goodbye, YouTube. If I let David go on with all the stuff he says, we would have been canceled a long time ago.
I have to admit, like you know how when the Black Panther book, the omnibus came out, and Wakanda.
Oh God, what's he gonna say now?
No. I told JP, what we need to do is we need to do the first look at the movie theater while watching Wakanda Forever. So like we would be watching the movie like in the background, and then we'd have the book and be going through it. I'm like, let's do that. Nobody's doing that. Let's do that. He's like, no, and I'm like, all right, that's okay. I'm just glad JP shoots down these ideas because
He's glad I shoot down this idea.
I think David, you really honestly shoot down your own ideas. You just want to see if JP would actually say yes to any of them.
Yeah, I want to push it. So like that's why some of the earlier videos, like it's pretty crazy. That we remember the skits that we used to do and like the whole
you'd be like, this is Clifford the Red Dog, and this is why Spider-Man's such a nerd.
Yeah. JP had to tell me, he's like, listen, we want people to actually respect our videos. Like, we want to get the publishers to like look at our videos as actually informative, not making fun of their books. And I'm like, okay, we'll tone it down. We're bringing it back.
More like David's toning it down.
What are you looking at right now?
I'm making labels.
Oh.
See, I told you, the work never stops.
Oh, Chris, I had a power strip underneath the table where the batteries for the cameras were charging. All of the lights were connected down there. The turning the thing that turns for the books and for the statues was connected down there. I had a drill battery down there to just in case we needed it. I had the batteries for like the backlights. All of that was since it was on the floor, that got submerged and all that power strip like blew out, and like I don't think any of that stuff works. So we have to like buy all that, or I don't know. We haven't even tried it because I'm like we can't even record anything now.
Yeah. So no YouTube videos until next week.
Yeah.
Even though we got so much stuff, new stuff like the Avengers Kirk music and all that. This is all sleeper right here. Big old stack.
I know. I just got my email about it.
What's up, Fetty 138 Proof? Oh, I'm your favorite? Oh my God! Even my wife doesn't think this is my favorite. No.
Oh my God!
Hey, so Chris, look at your shelves behind you. Do you see like at the bottom, like where the wood divides? Like basically, the water was, I guess, all for those 3 days. It was enough that middle part of the wood, like not only swelled up with water, but it broke, so it cracked.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it.
So that was like one of the first things we started doing is taking off all the books that we had up there because we were just scared that if we kept going, the whole shelf was going to break and all of that would come down.
Yeah.
So we had to take all of that off. Man.
It was a crazy time.
Yeah.
All my absolutes at the bottom. Black Mirror, Court of Owls. All
Wait a minute,
their
you had Black Mirrors?
yeah. I have everything.
Well, no, now I'm talking about to sell.
Oh no, not to sell.
Okay,
No.
okay. I was about to say. I was like, wait a minute.
No. We had it's like all of my absolute collection was at the bottom.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But
Yeah.
absolute is the heaviest one, so we put
Yeah.
that at the bottom. Oh, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going out. I'm going out of the collection. I'm selling off all my stuff now. I learned my lesson.
You enjoyed it for what you had. It served its purpose.
Yeah, all my whales are now literally. They got speared. They got harpooned.
Oh, that's crazy. That's funny. No, it's not funny. It's sad. I think to me is like the worst thing is obviously as a comic book reader, I'm just like these poor books didn't deserve this. Like you saw like the Blackest Night is one of the biggest omnis, obviously.
Yeah.
So it was like if this is the book, like the swollen part was like that of water.
Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah, seeing some of those photos of the Blackest Night. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel. I mean, like you. Even though you're saying JP, you're getting out of collecting them at that point. That's still just like. It's not just money. It's just stuff like you got memories attached to those.
Yeah, that's very true. Except for me, I don't have memories attached. But other people would have memories attached, but not me. It was just there as a background to prove a point. But Lewis, I'll give you the wettest book I could find for your library.
Survivor of the OPB flood.
Yeah, but we have a very massive story to tell in the future when to young entrepreneurs who always get business insurance.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm actually thinking, JP, I didn't tell you, but I'm actually gonna keep like the worst looking Blackest Night. Just kind of like save it as a kind of a
put on a mantle.
Yeah, like a memory. Yeah, and then I'm actually gonna write on the it still has a plastic sleeve. I'm gonna write on the plastic sleeve, 2022, December flood, and it'll be one of my memories. Yeah.
That's funny. I'll just keep a page, a wet page.
No, it's you know what? It's good. We're gonna start off 2023. Everything's gonna be new.
Clean slate.
Clean slate. There we go. That's right.
Very true. Like the one of the positive things we got out of it is we literally had to reorganize and clean up everything, and then it forced us to.
Yeah. It really did. Like that water. Did they tell you that the water was actually going to the other warehouses as well?
Yeah.
It was, yeah. So
everyone felt your pain in a different way.
Yeah. I was like, oh, we're not going to be the only one that suffers. You guys have to suffer.
I'm going down swinging. I'm taking y'all down with me. I don't care.
Yeah, but I think when we look back at within like maybe 2 years, we'll have a good laugh. But right now, it's just pain. It's just pain.
It is. It's good.
But at least we managed to like, what's it called? Tank through it all. It wasn't that bad. Actually, we got everything, all the wet stuff done the day of. We stayed there from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then today was just like reorganizing everything. And then I think by next week, we should be back to normal. For sure. Because all we have, everything else is just a matter of waiting for the inner drywalls to dry. Because there's not much else labor intensive that we need to do besides waiting and just reorganizing now.
So we're closing out the year 2020, 2022. Chris, what do you think is there? What's the best? Well, I guess what's the most comic wise most impactful memory you have of any of the new comics you read?
Any of the new comics I've read. I'll tell you what, I said it last year and I'll say it again. I still think Radiant Black is one of the best stuff coming out of Image superhero books out there.
Yeah, I read some
I
of
will, I
it.
will, I will stand behind that. Some of the stuff. I mean, I'll even give you like this year, Ryan Parrott's Rogue Sun, part of the Massive Verse. At that point, they did a Choose Your Own Adventure issue. Like
Ooh,
like they Radiant Black did a literally a one panel like one page like you fold out and it's four different timelines going on
Oh
in just
wow.
one
that is
fold out. Like
very interesting.
they're doing this coming year, they're doing a new character called No One. There's gonna be a podcast a podcast surrounding it. At that point, like Kyle Higgins has got like all these different ideas that he's just putting out there, and call it gimmicky all you want. No one else is doing it.
I think that's definitely the stuff that you, like you said, you remember that stuff that you're like, okay, this has to be like a maybe not like groundbreaking in the sense that all the other studios or the publishers are going to do it, but something you don't see a lot, like you said, having a podcast associate with the comic book, that's actually really cool. Having that build your own adventure
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing, man.
Yeah,
I was thinking about
like
how you would do that in a comic book. Like, how can you do that?
oh, it
Choose
was
your own adventure.
it was definitely interesting at that point. I had warned some of my friends who hadn't read that Rogue Sun issue. I said there will come to a point where you're getting in a loop. Once you do that, do this.
Oh, okay.
So, but like Ryan Parrott, you got the new books coming out. Like the Dead Lucky is great, and Radiant Pink. I mean, he's Inferno Girl Red's coming out this coming year. I mean, Kyle Higgins in the Massive Verse is doing amazing stuff at Image. So
Is any of it collected like in a collected edition yet or not yet?
outside of trades, no, they're not. I think Radiant will probably be coming. We'll get to that point next year. I would be very surprised if we don't at least get a first deluxe edition by the end of next year.
Okay.
But yeah, they're only just in trades.
Maybe I should pick up this crazy. I've been hearing nothing but great things about it. I did read a few issues of Radiant Black, and I was like, "Oh, this is really solid. I really enjoyed it." But I was like, "I don't want to read it and then forget about it later and have to read it again."
Damn, that just now yeah, you're right. Now I'm like, I want to read that just for the whole aspect of choosing your own adventure kind of thing.
Yeah.
He does like the Radiant Black itself. Like I said, there's Radiant Black, there's Rogue Sun, there's the Dead Lucky, there's Radiant Pink, there's Radiant Red. I mean, but yeah, Radiant Black, the mainline one. He within the first arc, he does something that you said, what is Kyle Higgins doing already within the first, like he does something that no one would thought anyone would do with the main character.
Okay, all right.
So,
Right. You said Radiant
Black.
Radiant Black. Okay. Now I gotta read it. Listen, Chris
Yeah,
is
if you're a
excited
fan
about
of
it.
Invincible, Power Rangers,
Yeah.
he's from that like.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
All right, JP, what about you? Let's say from the last year, from all the big events that you read. I know you're not a big, Marvel DC fan. Which ones did you like most of it? I know you read Avengers versus X-Men. I know you read.
Avengers versus X-Men was fun for me. I enjoyed it.
Okay, I know. You read Black. Yeah, but on the bus.
Black was fun. I enjoyed it.
You read Death Metal too.
Death Metal was good. It was solid. I didn't finish the entire thing, but I'm probably gonna read it since Omnibus is coming out very soon. Now I could read the entire story and have it fresh in my mind. What else is there?
What else did you read? Did you read?
Are you just talking about events or just reading in general?
Yeah, events. Well, for you particularly, I know you started off reading like Invincible and like sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
So you weren't really big on the Marvel or DC aspect. But from those that you have read, which one do you think is still ranked your number one for those major events, like the crossover events.
Uh, crossover events. There's not really many that I read. I would say King and Black was fun. I enjoyed it. King and Black may be my number one crossover so far. And then the Dark Metal or whatever it was called, Death Metal.
Yeah.
Death Metal.
Yeah.
And then Avengers versus X-Men.
Okay. Yeah, King Black was fun.
Yeah, King of Black was very fun. Would you consider Injustice a crossover? No, not really.
No, it's just it's an Elseworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
If
agree.
I-
It's
if
more
I-
like Infinite on Crisis Event. Those
Yeah.
like real the small issues, or it's
Yeah.
a
So if I were to
story.
pick one book from each publisher, I would pick Venomnibus or Venom by Donny Cates for Marvel. I would pick Injustice for DC, Invincible for Image. For Boom, I would do Something Killing the Children. For Dynamite, I would do Gail Simone by Red Sonja. Am I missing any publishers? IDW. I don't really read IDW, so I can't really say anything for IDW because it's just TMNT, GI Joe, and Transformers that I know of.
Well, now it's just TMNT because GI Joe and Transformers are going somewhere.
Oh yeah, so there's that. Aftershock. All I know is Animosity. Well, is Dark Arc from Aftershock?
You got me on that one. I have not read one thing from no.
No,
Animosity
Dark-
is not Aftershock.
No, yeah.
Aftershock is
Aren't they the ones that are going bankrupt or that
Yes.
filed for bankruptcy? Yeah, then
they
Dark
they
Arc
filed.
is Aftershock. I don't think Animosity is Aftershock.
Okay.
No,
well,
that's someone else.
Okay, well, Dark Arc was pretty good, I think. Well, David read the rest of it.
Yeah.
Was it pretty good?
Yeah, interesting story. Like I said, I do like those stories that is like, you take an established story like the Ark and then you just throw in that dark aspect. I'm like, okay, I like that.
Oh, it is okay.
supernatural
Animosity
horror.
is Aftershock. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh,
see?
I
okay.
was wrong.
I know what publishers, right?
There you go. I will agree with Ryan. Silver Coin is a very good anthology series. Great horror series. Every issue something different surrounding this coin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I've been looking for some more sci-fi reads. So those in the chat, if you guys have any like really good sci-fi fantasy recommendations, let me know. Because the only one I've been reading right now is Monstrous, but I'm almost done. But I'm in a sci-fi fantasy binge right now.
Sci-fi fantasy.
Let's see. But yeah, what about you, Dave? What's your number one for each publisher?
Oh. Let me take a look.
And Hickman Fantastic Four Volume 1 is not getting a reprint yet.
So far I've been liking I think to me the omnibus for the year, the whole I think the whole ultimate line that we got a reprint, all of the ultimates all came out real one after the other, which I actually really like. Because I mean, I grew up with the Ultimate Universe. That was I was there at the beginning, and I saw it like take form. So that's always been it holds a special place in my heart. So it's cool to see that coming back, or them taking all of them out, because we got Ultimate Spider-Man, then we got Ultimate Miles Morales, or Miles Morales. We got Ultimate X-Men. We got the Ultimates, all of those. So to see those come in, that made me feel like a kid again.
Yep.
And then the artwork from Bagley, or all the covers he did for Spider-Man, I was like, it just took me back to 2003. Going to the comic book store and seeing the covers from him. I'm like, oh, this one's cool.
Yeah.
This one's cool. So that's my Marvel at least pick, is just kind of the whole Ultimate Universe. And then from DC, so reading Death Metal was, I knew who the Batman Who Laughs was, but to see like that whole aspect take shape in the event was interesting, and I've always considered. I mean, as you all know, I'm a big Batman fan, so to see that background for him, how it's basically him killing the Joker, and then Joker having that venom or that strain go into him that turns him into half Joker, half Batman, and
Yeah.
just seeing that character not only be part of like the dark multiverse, and then they take over, like he just seeing that is like that's something Batman would do. So I'm glad I got to see that. I know he'd been around for a while, but I actually got to read his story, like read that whole story. I'm like, okay, that's interesting to me. So I'm pretty excited for like you said, the omnibus that's going to come out with all of that, because I feel like the absolute is cool, but you don't get all of that whole story. You just get like the main story, a little
Yeah.
bit of the extras, but you don't get all of that.
Yeah.
So I think for me the DC one is that one. But I mean, we got all of the New 52, and again, the New 52 stuff is I was there for when that came out. I think I still have all of my single issues from the New 52 Justice League all through the way to like number 24. So that was also a big part of what I grew up with. So seeing that come out in the omnis with the Justice League 1 and 2, we got the New 52, we got the all of that. It's cool to see that. For me, I'm like, oh yeah, I grew up with that sort of stuff, so that's really cool. For the other publishers, from what I've read, let's see, what have I read, JP? What did we read, JP, which ones have we read together?
Heroes Reborn. You read that?
Oh, Heroes Reborn was good, but that's still Marvel.
Yeah. So you think of DC only?
No, I said the ultimate universe for Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, like, what was your question? What did you read in total?
No. I was what I mean, I'm not too like knowledgeable in the sense of like the different. I know what I read, but I don't remember what studio they're from. So like, for example, like you said, Dark Arc, it was Aftershock. I know that because
Yeah.
when I heard that they were going bankrupt, and they were like, oh, and the Dark Arc kicked that, I'm like, oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But let's see what else. Curse Words. Who did Curse Words?
Image.
Or
Yeah,
Image. I like that one. That one was really cool. I've always liked like the whole aspect of so obviously I'm a big nerd, so I've played Dungeons and Dragons, and seeing like a wizard, but also like a modern day wizard. I always thought that was a cool aspect that needs to be explored.
Yeah.
And if you know who Harry Dresden is, it's this book series of a wizard who like he lives in Chicago, and he like is a wizard for hire, and it's a huge series that like it has like angels and demons and stuff like that, and it's his interaction with that. So seeing that sort of thing in comic book form, I know he has some comics, it's cool to see. So Curse Words I think was also one of the big ones that I liked, just because it was very colorful, but it's also like this modern day wizard, dealing with magic, dealing with modern technology sort of thing.
Yeah. Because when you did the review, you're like, it's a okay read. I didn't think you liked it that much.
It was. I mean, the story itself is like okay in the sense of like I wouldn't have chosen to go that way, but I like the aspect of the modern day wizard in let's say America, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was cool. Like he could change his hair and stuff like that. I wish I could do that. But my hair is perfection. Oh.
Okay.
You ever play Dungeons and Dragons, Chris?
No.
What?
I mean, there's only so much geek and nerd stuff I can get into. I'm not one of these people. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, that's for super nerds at that point. No, I just didn't get into it. Didn't have my friend circle wasn't into it necessarily, and if they were, they kept it quiet. So
they kept it quiet.
That sounds about right.
Now my friend Joe is on our podcast network. He and some of his friends are really big into it. So I mean, I know about it, but it's just like yeah, there's only so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
That is it's hour intensive sort of activity that you have to like really plan to do it. It's you can't just say, oh, I want to play today. It's not. Those are the ones that you have to like. Okay, I need to plan like 3 weeks in ahead. And make sure I'm there like for like a full day or like 8 hours, stuff like that. D-Flex one, yes. I mean, JP doesn't collect omnibuses anymore. He just owns an entire warehouse of them. But I mean,
and he sells off his collection.
yeah. But he used to. I mean, I think you still have a pretty good collection in your house, don't you?
Yeah. So yeah. Slowly dwindling down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna become a minimalist now. After what happened today, this week. Oh, my house on fire. I didn't have anything anyways.
So, Chris, you liking the Power Ranger series? Like,
I really do. It's exactly like, again, you watch the original, the first like iteration of it, and Mighty Morphin here in America. I mean, there's no argument that it's bad. It does not hold up by any stretch of the imagination. But what Higgins and then later Parrott and now Groom have done with it, they brought some sense of maturity to it. Not in the sense of like, nudity and violence and things like that. Like they brought a lot of depth to those characters and have done things with it that just bring a whole universe into it. So yeah, no, I highly recommend Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to anyone.
okay.
Cool.
Yeah, because
you almost have to have, like, again, if you've watched the series, yeah, the books, you at least understand what it's about, but it does not, like, don't think the TV show is reflected in the book.
Okay.
it's definitely a much wider universe from what I've seen with some of the comic books. Like, there's definitely more of a. I guess the TV show is very like Earth centric in a sense, Like,
yeah, it's campy. It's very, very campy.
Yeah, and then like the comics look really good. So, I would, especially the ones that are like the same, like it follows the story. That's the one I was seeing, which was the one that follows like the story from the cartoon or from the show. Is it Shattered Grid?
Well, I mean, like you had Mighty Morphin, which took place technically, it says year one, but technically it's really like during the main series. But then you had Go-Go that premiered after, which is basically mirroring kind of the stuff with the show a little bit more.
Yes, and I think that's the one that I read a little bit. Like I read the first 2 chapters of Go-Go, and like it has the same characters. It has Jason.
It's before Tommy came into the picture too.
Right. Yes, yeah, and it kind of shows like gives you like an introduction of the same characters from the show, just kind of like on that Go-Go. So I wasn't sure if Go-Go where it fit into that whole timeline of the like the Shattered Grid and all those. So I was like, okay, so is this like a restart of it, or where does the Go-Go fit into that?
Yeah, once you get to Shattered, after Shattered, it changes kind of like, because I'm right now in the middle of reading Necessary Evil, and it Shattered changed a lot of things, and so that includes issues of Go-Go. So you're going back and forth through timelines now.
Okay. That's definitely one I want to read into. Yeah, like right now I'm just on a big Ultimate
binge.
Kick. Yeah, binge. Like I just need it. Like I need it. Like I'm waiting because I'm gonna I have to go pack for the trip, but I'm gonna go probably read some chapters of Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm just like really into that story right now, bro.
Okay, cool. That's a good sign, though. That's a good sign. That means it's a really good story. So Joseph Peterman said Ultraman. I should read Ultraman. Did you guys ever read Ultraman or heard of Ultraman? I know Omar's a huge fan of Ultraman.
I think he said Ultra Mega. Ultra Mega.
Oh, Ultra Mega. Okay, Ultra Mega. I never heard of that. Ultra Mega. I think that was a part of the another, like, it was in the Last Man thing. It was like, if you're a fan of Ultra Mega or Invincible, then you love this. So whoever read Ultra Mega, let me know. Is it good?
I mean, I've read Ultraman. That's done by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom.
Yeah. And then D-Flex wants to know, David. I guess you could tell him.
Oh, I think we've said it a couple times. So I was working at a call center, and it was stressing me the F out. And I said I need to go back to school to get my accounting degree. And I said I need to take a real stress-free job. So I started working at a gym. If you know what the Lifetime gym is, it's like this super bougie, fancy gym that
Sounds like David.
a lot of Asians go to. So
Oh,
that's where that's
okay.
where JP comes into the picture. I started working there. I think we started at the same time, didn't we, JP?
Yeah, around the same time.
Yeah. So like we had our training together and all that, and I was working front desk. He was a personal trainer, and I guess he has to go around asking people if they want to get a free session. So he asked me, and I said, "Sure, you know what? I'll do my first session with you or whatever." And as you can see, it definitely paid off. It definitely paid off. But we became friends there. Then he left for a while. I didn't really see him. Then he shows up for somebody's birthday, and he has this giant Witcher book. You remember that, JP? It was like a giant Witcher, I don't know if it was a novelization or something like that, or the
Whose
comic book.
birthday?
Redhead glasses. He was another trainer. Mason, yeah.
I didn't know it was a birthday. I thought he was just I thought it was just for Christmas. I guess it was his birthday. I don't remember.
Maybe, yeah. And I'm like, oh, JP, I didn't know you were into comic books. And he's like, oh, I started selling them recently, the last month. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, yeah, you like comic books? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you want to help me? And I'm like, sure. And so I actually was volunteering. I wasn't even expecting to get paid. I just like comic books and I wanted to see what he had. And he started paying me, and I said, "Oh, I can get paid to do this." And then he
nice.
was like, yeah. So then I started helping do that, and then I stopped working at the gym and just stayed working with him. And then I said, "Hey, you need more Mexicans to work for you?" And he's like, "Yeah, he knows some." And I said, "Sure." So my brother and my sister and my cousin all work for JP.
Dude, like the entire family.
It's a family business.
Yeah.
Family owned, family ran.
Yeah. I mean, it's a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship. He gets Hispanic workers, and we get JP.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's been a very eventful year though. There's been a lot of bonding between everybody.
Yeah.
Outside of the last 48 hours.
And what's it called? Yeah, a lot of team get together. We got to see everybody drunk and stuff like that, so that was pretty fun to see.
Yeah, that was funny. That was great. Day does not drink. He did not touch one drop of alcohol, and he was probably the person having the most fun at the party. It was funny.
He literally is the party.
Yeah.
The dude started dancing, throwing his booty around.
Yeah, literally, he started dancing, and then a couple people started dancing because he was dancing. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, "Look how I can move my butt."
But he actually made a good point that we were talking about. I think he told you, JP, he was like, we should actually do a get together where we all get together in person, and I think that'd be a cool idea. All of us, or as many people as we can get together, and meet in person. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that's what we call a Comic-Con. Yeah, but that'd be cool. The little creator community get together, have our boy Chris, Mitch, and everybody come out here. When we get our new warehouse or something, we'll invite everybody over to come hang out, eat, and all that stuff. Since my house would be right there anyways.
Yeah,
that's true.
We'll have plenty of room to host.
Exactly. We'll break it all in, and then have to buy a new house after we all broke everything.
Oh, that's what we did to David's house. We broke it.
Oh my gosh!
With a huge price. Oh, Day said he's gonna jump onto this live stream with us, right, Day?
I'll stay on for a little bit. After that, I gotta go. It's almost 1 a.m. here.
Yeah, I
Whoa!
I was really surprised because you said you're gonna stay on for a little bit. Then it was
like I said, I've got it's still vacation, so
yeah, it turned into a little bit to an extra hour. That's how it always is with this live stream, though. We expect
because you guys are so fun to be around.
Aww.
I'm over here.
I haven't physically seen you in a long time in a sense of outside videos, so
yeah. Yeah, it definitely has been a very long time. Yeah, but we'll get the band back together very soon. I'm really excited to start doing our little podcast. But David's still trying to find a name.
Yeah. I need something catchy,
Yeah, we
something
were
that.
thinking about something like Marvel Geek Alliance or something like that.
Oh my god.
But we're gonna go extra deep. Like, did you know back in 1963 this was an Easter egg for this movie?
Oh my god. I need something that'll catch people's attention. You know?
It's kind of funny because I made a joke. I was like, we're gonna call it the Minority Report. But I'm like, oh, that's already a TV show. But it would have been perfect.
You're so messed up. Just because we're minorities.
Jeez. No, stop. Blaz, really only two of them are actually put in frames, and they're just standard black frames. Nothing special, nothing fancy.
Oh yeah, those posters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the glass itself is probably the museum in the sense of like protects against the UV lights and everything like that, so it doesn't fade.
Okay. Well,
So
I need to do that.
nothing special.
What's it called? I Vivid Jack says OPV pop.
There you go.
Very simple. Very
What do you
nice.
do? We talk about pop. Oh, soda? No, culture. You might want to add the culture part.
There we go. Yes.
All right. Let's see. There's so many DC books. I'm not even halfway done. I didn't realize they reprinted Justice League by Scott Snyder Deluxe Edition Volume 2.
Oh,
Somebody
that?
somebody messaged me about it. It's like, hey, they reprinted this. I was like, oh, I didn't know.
Well,
Did you-
the only real big book coming out from DC in sense of a collected edition was was Superman for All Seasons Absolute, because God knows what other Omnis are doing next year, because there ain't much.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see the catalog for DC just to see everything from DC next year. It's like only 2 absolutes, and they're both the same story, right? Or no, Absolute Killing Joke,
Yeah,
and then
3 issues.
Yeah, 3 issues, which is crazy. And then Dark Knight Metal, whatever it was. That's for the entire year so far. So
Yeah, they be slacking, bro.
maybe, and they're your favorite publisher.
I know. Listen, I think I was reading somebody say how DC needs to, since they just shook the DC cinematic universe, they need to reshake the comic verse too, because like they've been
Oh, yeah.
slacking. People are like, this dark crisis that's going on. They have no idea what it's about. It like I'm trying to get a coherent thought about it, but none of this makes sense. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Oh, like the new ongoing stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah, the stuff that's going on right now.
Oh.
Like it's to the point that somebody was saying that in one of the panels for the last issue of that event, like Black Adam shows up for like no reason, and he has like the Rock's face, and he's doing the little
I know,
eyebrow
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, just to capitalize on the Black Adam movie, and I'm like, oh wow.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
It wasn't much.
Well, I think if Day comes back on YouTube, because he was such a DC fanatic, DC will start making more books. But it's all up to that Day guy.
It's all up to Day. It rests on his. James Gunn is relying on Day.
Yeah, exactly. This guy is the hierarchy we need.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Yeah.
Not so fast, Dwayne Johnson.
This guy, man, Alex Gonzalez, you've been buying Omnis for like this whole year. It's been crazy. You remember Alex, David?
Which Alex?
The one you picked up 50 statues from?
Oh,
Is that him?
That's him.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
can't see his picture, but hey, Gotham Central, man, you started off at the top of the Omni world, like Omni stories, and anything else is gonna disappoint you, bro.
Hey, and I don't think Injustice would disappoint you, though.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, Gotham Central is like, I mean,
Oh,
out of
oh.
DC's line of Omnis, that's probably one of the story-wise, it's probably one of the best ones.
No, it says not him.
Oh, I guess your picture looks very familiar, but nice to have you, Alex. It's crazy that you have the same last name and you ordered as much as the other Alex Gonzalez.
Hold on, Day Day, you still here?
Yeah, Day needs to hop on. He needs to hop on the call with us. He's slacking.
I want to say, hey, say hi to your mom, Day Day. I'm getting ready to go to Vegas just to go see her. And stop laughing, JP. She invited me. Listen, you don't know.
Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. Like this guy is like, almost 50-year-old, still making your mom jokes.
Oh, are you talking about me? I'm not even close to 50. Wow.
That's right. He's 60.
Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
The girl's almost
David the Rizzler.
David the
Oh
Rizzler.
my God.
Oh, see.
Hey, she's waiting on you, David. JP, you messy.
Oh, Day Day, did you see the video? The one yesterday is when you surprised JP. So if because his mom or JP's or Day Day's mom wanted to see that video, so she was waiting for it to post. So I wanted to make sure he saw it.
Okay, that's
nice.
That's cute. When we go to Vegas? Oh yeah, so Day Day works at a convention center now, so he could get us all free conventions for free.
Hey,
he volunteered for anybody in this YouTube live. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
All right, Chris, did we ask you what's your favorite book from each publisher yet?
Oh, each publisher?
Yeah,
I gave. I would for DC this year. It's tough with DC because even a lot of stuff's kind of hit or miss at that point. I was excited to finally see Justice Society of America finally coming back, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Marvel, I've actually been enjoying the Aliens stuff.
Oh, really?
Oh,
that's good.
Like the
good choice.
Relaunch of Aliens at that point. So that's been good. And Daredevil is always solid. Chip Zdarsky and Daredevil's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, DC, I'm just trying to think of like what has stood out at that point, and it's just a lot of hit and miss with them. Nothing really stands out to me. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I take it back. I'll take it back. Superman, Williamson Superman, the Warworld Saga was probably the best stuff I've read, next to Nightwing. Tom Taylor, but yeah, Williamson's Warworld Saga with not Jonathan Kent Superman, but Clark Kent Superman was probably the best stuff of the year.
Okay.
For DC.
Okay.
Very cool. I kind of like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've noticed that DC has been putting a lot of pressure for what is his name? Dick Grayson to kind of like he's a major player in the whole Dark Crisis.
Yeah.
And he's been like their golden child for the last couple of years, so I'm like, I don't know. I just hope they don't ruin him, because he's what I mean. Besides Batman, Dick Grayson's probably my favorite DC character, just because he's like, he faced the trauma that Batman had, but he came out smiling on the other side, and he survived Batman. So I just hope they don't ruin the character for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Taylor's run on that's been good too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read anything from Tom Taylor that was like bad, so he's doing pretty solid so far for everything that I read. Yeah, so this year was a pretty good lucrative year. It's very liquidy too at the same time. But yeah,
unintentionally liquidy.
yeah, basically we doubled everything this year. Almost doubled staffing as well. So that was cool. I was really surprised. Yeah, actually we almost tripled revenue this year.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
And then the flood came and wiped it all away.
Yeah, that's what happened. Oh, there goes David's paychecks for the next year.
Oh no!
Yes,
David, you're working for ramen.
Yeah.
Somebody came. I mean, who did you tell JP? Somebody came in and he's like, "Oh, you must have gotten a lot of damage." And then JP was like, "Yeah, but it's gonna come out of David's paycheck." So I'm like, "Oh."
He forgot
Indentured-
to insulate the pipes, so we blame him. That was part of his duties before he left.
Yeah,
so it's indentured servitude, I guess, from now on.
Yep. That's exactly how it's gonna go. I'm taking out Day Day's paycheck as well.
Wait a minute, Day Day's getting paid for this?
Hell no. Well, he got to pay
Not anymore.
Right, you gotta pay me. Yeah, but yeah, overall, even after what happened this week, I feel like this year was a really solid year for everybody at OPB. There was a lot of character growth for everybody as well. We had some rocky communications and stuff like that with some staffing with some members, but it's nobody's fault really. It's just everybody has different emotions and different personalities, and after everything that happened in the last 3 months, I think we're all in a good place together.
Yeah. Agreed.
Now, David's still trying to find work outside of OPB now. He was like, I want to compete against you, JP, because you work.
My gosh.
He was like, I could outwork you even though you work 24/7.
We're gonna call it the BPO, the Better Press Office.
The Better Press Office. Sometimes I wish I could just be a worker. Don't have to worry about all the responsibilities of everything else.
That's you're printing out labels right now.
Yeah. I'm just gonna clock in, do my stuff, and go home, and don't have to. I can zone out for the rest of the day.
Books priced
BPO.
organically.
There you go. Go.
That's funny. You know, when Vicky she started her own jewelry business, right? And she was like, because she always asked me, "What are you thinking about?" Because like sometimes I would just have long pauses at home and not say anything because I'm always like deep in thought. I was like, I'm thinking about work. She's like, you think about work all the time. And then ever since she started her like jewelry business of selling on the Etsy and stuff like that, she was like, now I know what you mean. No matter what time of day it is. I was like, I always have to think about work. But it's cool though. It's I rather be doing this with like the crew that's like family than going back to Lifetime or something.
That's very true. Listen,
Because like it's very rewarding to me to see how much David developed throughout these 2 years of OPB. Because before he was a shy little kid, I was like, "Oh, hello, my name is David. I'm gonna talk to you about the death of Captain America."
oh my God,
I think
that was the first one. Yeah,
that was the very first video. And now David like the face of OPB, and I'm just here, keeping the shit running. Yeah, I think we brought out the best traits, your best qualities here.
Oh, that's sweet, JP. I agree. Listen, it's seeing the videos. It basically, I was telling Cynthia that I get to see myself grow from the first video, since obviously they're going to be in YouTube. You get to see it from the
Yeah,
beginning all the way as you progress,
yeah,
and then how how not only how I present myself, let's say, to the camera and all that stuff, but just how I you can
yeah,
see how we change as well, our structure change for videos,
yeah.
and it's really cool to see it, and then just imagine how it's going to be later on. Like, I know we're doing more editing stuff to make it look better,
Hmm.
and we're going to have to get new stuff now because everything's wet. So I'm like, it's just it's exciting because I'm excited to see how it's going to be bigger and better as we get along.
Yeah, and then it's something that you could pass on to your kids too. So even down the road, they could be like, "Oh, this is what Daddy did," or, that back in the day, or they could show their grandkids and stuff like that. So it's always really cool memories that you leave behind. You never think about that until like later down the road.
Hey, what's up, Rodimus? Yeah, we came back on.
Oh, Rob,
It
you
was
always showed up, dude. We've
Yeah.
been waiting for you to forever.
This is the OPB after hours.
Yeah, so far, after all this talking, this is how much labels I got to go through.
Those are everyone's books orders
No,
ready to
these
go
are
out.
everyone's books where that we're gonna go through tomorrow.
Yeah.
Still not done.
JP, I ordered a book yesterday. Why didn't you ship it? Excuses. Flood. I want my book.
Dude, when I have another person going through emails right now because I just don't have time for it. Oh, dude, we had like 80 emails today. I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Where's my book?
I was like, I'm so happy I didn't have to look at it.
80's not bad. I would say that's not too bad.
Yeah, true. Not too bad.
Hopefully, half of them were just like, "What can I do to help?" They're all
Yeah,
kind
we
and
had a lot. I haven't read them yet, but apparently we had quite a bit asking like, no, they're just giving their condolences and stuff like that. So that was really cool.
yeah.
But
I I think that's also a big it just goes to show how much of an impact we have with customers, because let's say, for example, an Amazon what do you call it, an Amazon store got flooded, you'd be like, okay, I don't care. But like, we posted that email, and like, easily, like, I think within like the first 6 hours, like, there were 30 or 40 emails. People are like, do you guys need help, are you okay, like, stuff like that.
yeah,
So it's just that outreach from the
community.
yeah, from the community. Or like, it's not just, oh, is my package not going to get there, but it's also like, do you guys need help? That's sort of like, it's
Yeah,
more than just a customer,
it's more than just a sale.
yes,
Yeah.
it's more than just a sale. It's definitely that they have a vested interest in us as a company, because obviously, not only do we provide them, really good deals, but we're also like putting the content out there, so it feels more personal, I want to say.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's very hard. It feels good. Like, it feels good that the people are like, not only in the emails, but in Discord,
yeah,
in messages and all that stuff. They're like, hey, do you guys need help with anything? Just let
yeah.
us
And
know.
it's like almost 2 a.m. for some people right now, especially on the live stream right here. But they're still up, wanting to chat with us. So that's really cool. Yeah, I see Chris. He's struggling right now.
I'm still going. Probably fishing out. I was like, JP, end the stream, please.
You can leave anytime you. I know David has to be up in less than 6 hours.
Dude, I
You gotta
do.
get to work. Get my books out.
Exactly.
And then I have to drive for 6 hours tomorrow too, because we wanted to leave late at night, which is, I mean, that's fine.
It's Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
right. But yeah, look, I mean, like, for example, yeah, like Rodimus, a Fifth of Jack, those I consider those guys like, friends now, just because they're always here for us whenever we have events, the whatnot, all that stuff. Like they're always there. So that's I think it's also the biggest shock to me is, you know, I'm not just working with JP, but I'm like creating this I guess you could call it like I guess a culture, you would say, possibly,
Yeah.
of that aspect of going beyond, like we said, just customer and employer, customer and sale, to seeing this thing grow, or really it really is, or growing organically. You
Yeah.
know, it's growing. The organic relationships that we have. Like even this what we're doing right now with Chris and Mitch, and with Day Day. Like you would have told me that I would have this person who I've never met in my life, like in person, Day Day, come and stay at my house, meet my parents, and he would like hang out with us for a weekend. Like I couldn't see that, and now it's like, oh, we want to do that. Let's do it more with more people, and
Yeah.
then like all hang out. So it's definitely grown past that. For let's say for JP, well, no, he's this way. For JP and I, it's grown past from that. I mean, we were friends, but it's also growing past just boss and employee. It's
Yeah.
definitely
Now
growing to
I'm
this.
uncle and
Yeah, yeah. So it's going from JP, now we're going down. We're down here to Chris. See, the web is growing. The web is growing. Yes.
Madam Web is here.
There you go.
Madam Web is the blueprint.
Yeah.
Community. There we go. A Fifth Jack said it. It's a community now, which I love. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, we've been pretty solid.
Yeah. Well, I am gonna peace out to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but happy I got to see you, David.
Yeah, me too, man. It's good to hear you, Chris. We should definitely do this more often.
Yes.
And I'm sure people would love it too.
Yep. And glad to see you both doing well and everything's getting back on track. But I'm glad you two are doing well. And as you know, you need me, give me a shout.
That sounds good, man. Well, I appreciate you staying up an extra 2 hours when you didn't need to.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what vacations for about. It's like, I can stay up a little bit later.
let me stretch it out just a little bit.
Yes, and yes, Top Gun would love that too. Yes, of course.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Fifth Jack. But yeah, Chris, thank you so much, man. Thank you for this year. I probably won't see you till next year, but that's okay.
Probably won't. But
yeah,
you enjoy that trip. Enjoy the family time. Have fun.
Thank you, man. You too. Enjoy your New Year's with your family. Yeah. All right.
All right. Bye.
Chris. See you later. Good night, man.
Night.
All right, so I'm gonna open this up for maybe what do you think, Dave? Like 5 minutes of questions?
Yeah, man. You guys shoot us questions. We'll talk.
Yeah, so I'm gonna open this up for 5 minutes of questions. So whatever questions you guys have, let us know. Dave will answer them all. I'll be here in the background.
Blast. Yeah.
So a lot of employees right now, it's just like family, friends and family, whatever. Like people that we know will show up. So there's that. As we go and grow into more of a corporate down the road, maybe like 5 years or whatever, maybe we'll branch out. But right now it's just friends and family, because even if we wanted to hire more, there is no room for more bodies.
Physically, yeah. So our warehouse is good thing, obviously. Good thing, it's a double-edged sword. We've expanded so much that we have so many pallets right now that we're kind of tight on space. So it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because we're, again, tight on space. So we don't really have room for more people. But I even told JP, if we would have gotten another warehouse, I think we could have definitely gotten 2 teams, even have like a night crew or an evening crew to work. And but obviously, with good thing, obviously with the economy and all that stuff, it's better to just grow organically, instead of trying to rush to the end. It's better to grow slowly, but grow better.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're at a pretty solid pace. So I didn't think we would even hit our capacity that we have right now. We're in the first year. We're only August, September, October, November, 1 year and 4 months in at the new spot, and we're already max capacity on there. So that's been pretty crazy. Let's see, what else do we have here? Sleeper, yes, we got Sleeper. All the shipping labels already been printed. It's like in the stack. So if you did not order it yet, then you should, because we're shipping out tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. Technically, all of the shipping we were supposed to do on Monday, all of that got pushed back. We did some today, but right now we've basically been on
Cleaning duty.
cleaning duty, emergency cleaning out, taking out all the wet stuff. But we should be rolling back in hopefully by next week. Just everything will be up to date.
Yeah.
Richard Denny said, was everything okay? We lost a lot of books. A lot of good books got destroyed. They died before their time came.
Yeah.
Salute you, books, but we're good. I mean, luckily it was, like you said, just a couple books at the bottom for each of them. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't a lot more than it was.
Yeah, so it's just been on the bus and Love and Rockets. Everything else is just our overstock. Tassin books, I think just 2 got destroyed. Everything else is okay. We still have all our Fantastic Four Tassin. I think some Avengers Tassin got messed up though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything's been fine. The pipe issue has been corrected, so we should be fine. I do not know. Like, we'll probably have to like stick a heater in there whenever it does get cold in the future, since the AC didn't reach before. So I'm hoping February will be okay, because that's our only scare right now to happen again. But if it does happen, everything's going to be on top of like plastic boards and stuff like that. So we won't have as bad damages as we had this time around.
Yeah, we're preparing for, if this were to happen again, we're preparing for it basically.
Any books I was really mad was wet. Like any rare absolute you can think of got wet. So like Court of Owls, Black Mirror, Absolute Wildcat, stuff like that. A lot of our out of print stuff got wet, but it's like, what can I do about it? No big deal. But yeah, those are the ones that was was sad to see get wet. Like, even they were like sealed, but just how much moisture there was, it just expanded and just got crazy. We got Justice League and 52 in today. We already printed the labels for them already as well. So like all the DC books that you're asking, we got them today.
Yeah. So luckily, those are good. So we'll just try to pump them out as fast as possible. We still have to go through all of the damage that we have and basically, take inventory of it. So, claim wise, let's see what we can do for that. But that'll be like a JP and me thing while the rest of the crew actually packs.
Yeah. And Deflex, we collect statues, but we used to just get any and every statue you could think of, but now it's gonna be more selected. But the statues were in a stock and were in a different warehouse, so none of our statues got damaged. That would have been really bad. That would have been really bad. I would have cried. No, I wouldn't have cried. I'm too manly for that.
Oh my god.
This is why I got this.
Look at that, guys. That's actually really cool.
I thought that was really neat. But yeah, I think that's all the questions anybody have. It's Jack, Top Gun. That's all. Anything else you want to say?
I got a question for you, JP.
No.
JP, just listen to my question. Go. All right, you ready?
Sure.
When are you gonna cosplay as Mark Grayson from Invincible, bro? You got the hair down. You have the hair down perfect, bro.
No. Call me Aaron from Attack on Titan.
Oh my god.
I just turned sideways. There you go. I will cosplay.
Think, Mark. Think, Mark. Think.
I will cosplay once we get 100,000 subs.
Oh my god.
And our manga is not. Well, when more box sets and deluxe editions get made, then we'll carry them. Right now, we're only carrying box sets and deluxe editions. But yeah, all right, that's it. Thank you for everybody's questions. Hope you guys have a good night. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow. I know David needs to rest. He's got to show up on work on time. But yeah, thank you everybody for showing up. Hope you guys
Day
enjoyed
Day.
Hope you guys enjoyed this pop up. Good night, Day Day. Good night, Rodimus, Fifth Jack, the Flex One, Alexio.
Yeah, Top
Juan,
Gun. If you were here, hopefully.
yeah, Top Gun, Top Bun. He probably fell asleep. Blaze, Alex Gonzalez. Thanks for shopping out with us for the first time. Glad you're jumping into the hobby. You picked the right store to use as well. You won't have any regrets. Lewis, Joseph, Razor, Ryan, Betty, Polly, all these other people. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Hope you have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
All right, later.